I told the sports babe and Lou this a couple of nights ago when they asked me about surprises in the roster. I talked about this yesterday. Was it yesterday's show that was the 53-man roster and surprises? Let me see. Yes, yes. So yesterday's show, we talked about remember the Azukama cut, which now he's back on the practice squad, which is cool, but the cut was still surprising. OBJ being on the pup list, we talked about that. Isaiah Johnson, which he's back on the practice squad, but it was going to be a tough cut. Nick Needham, I wasn't surprised, but still, all that kind of stuff. Brewer being ready, I wasn't surprised. All that win out, not surprised. Walker, also all that kind of stuff. So we talked about it. One of the things that I told you I was surprised was that Tanner Connor made it. Okay. Do you remember what I talked about with Tanner Connor? What did I say? That he was a what? A former what? A former wide receiver, right? Right. So Mike McDaniel today was asked about Tanner Connor because it's kind of surprising that he made the roster because he's had his share of injuries and inconsistencies. He has a lot of talent. There's no doubt about it. And they will be patient with people that have talent that they feel that they can mold that coal into a diamond, right? I want you to listen to Mike McDaniel describe Tanner Connor, okay? Because yesterday I told you they're short on wide receivers. Tanner Connor was a former wide receiver. He's a converted wide receiver to tight end. He runs like a freaking deer. And if you have Waddle and Tyreek, and you've got Jonnu Smith, and if you want to throw Tanner Connor as your fourth wide receiver, and if you want to put Waddle or Tyreek inside the slot and put Tanner Connor outside, you can do that and have Tanner Connor run a 9 route. You can do that if you want, okay? And he knows the offense. I was spitballing, throwing that out there because he's a former wide receiver converted to tight end. Listen to Mike McDaniel's answer today in the press conference.
So Tanner Connor, really cool year off season for him. I think a lot of the stuff his teammates were had firsthand experience with his journey in terms. He was a position switch. He was a wide receiver that we moved to tight end and now owns the entire playbook. One of the rare players that there's probably like three, probably my whole in my whole career that knows fullback and then can line up at the slot receiver and run 2-minute, which is all memorized word association. So there's nobody that has the I don't know, the rules of our offense and how to execute at every level down more than Tanner Connor does. And I'm excited for what he has in store for the Dolphins, both on offense and on special teams.
Told you, man. I told you, man. I told you Tanner Connor got something else, man. Something to bring to the table. And so that's where they were like, oh, my God, and they're panicking on receivers. And it's like, oh, you didn't think about this. Because most of the media didn't think about this. Most people didn't think about this, except yours truly, of course. We don't only have foreskin. We have foresight. Anyway. How do you decipher what McDaniel says? He talks in some kind of code. I don't need to decipher shit, Richard. I just told you what they were doing with Tanner Connor before they told you what they were doing with Tanner Connor. So there's no deciphering there. You know what I mean? I told you, hey, maybe they kept Tanner Connor because he can play wide receiver. And he already and he boldly told you he could play inside the slot already. So then you can have him and Jonnu playing the slot, and both are fast. Very fast. fact, Tanner Connor is faster than Jonnu Smith. That's, just let everybody else sell you negativity. That's fine, bro. Let them sell you negativity, whatever. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. I've seen bad Dolphin teams. I've seen bad coaches. I've seen bad general managers. I've seen bad scouting departments. I've seen all of that. I'm not seeing that here. But hey, listen, if you all want to take that trip down negative lane, you can go ahead and take that trip down negative lane. I'm gonna. Hey, am I happy with the ending of the last 2 seasons? No, but I'm kind of really happy about where this team is going. And I'm gonna stay on this ride here. I'm good. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm hoping for a healthier ending. And I know if I get a healthier ending, I will get a different ending to the season. And then I'm going to feel even better about what's going on. But I understand it. The negative people need to actually see it in order to believe it. The negative media needs to see it in order to believe it. They're not willing to actually see what's going on. Let's just call panic. Oh, they only got 4 receivers. Well, no, actually, they got 5 if you add Tanner Connor. But hey, you don't want to add Tanner Connor. Oh, okay. Do you know they add 6 receivers because they'll also throw to the running backs? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my God, we need so many receivers. Yeah, relax. Relax. It's not the end of the world. They have tight ends now. They'll be throwing to the tight ends. They won't be throwing. It won't be a receiver-heavy offense anymore. It'll be much more balanced like what we've talked about. But the media is already, a lot of them, I see the negative articles. They're thinking of a heavy loaded receiver type of team, and they're not thinking of Jonnu Smith and Julian Hill getting catches. They're not thinking about Mostert, HN, and Wright catching passes. They're not thinking about that at all. This is the only person in the media that told you that Tanner Connor could be used as a wide receiver, and that's why they kept him. But hey, negativity sells. Positivity, nah, you're not interested in that. Not interested in any of that. So it's all good.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.